Hey everyone, Adrienne here, Indiana Backyard Gardener. I am participating in the Buildingskills collaboration with Jan at Simply Jan Homestead, Lynda with Another Time, and Tammy with Mtn Grandma. So this is my entry video, and I just gotta say that Pinterest makes things look so easy, and they are not. So here we go. To participate in the collaboration, you need to watch the videos, comment on them to enter in the giveaway on July 2nd. And the grand prize will be a DeWalt 4-tool combo kit. Comes with 4 cordless power tools and 2 batteries. I have cleared this corner with the intention to build this greenhouse, and things always happen, life always happens, and then the weeds grow back, and then I start throwing, everything gets thrown in this corner. It's like the catch-all corner. So now here we are again, having to clear it out. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get all this garbage out of here, and we're going to clear it out. So I'm trying to weed whack this weeds, but of course, as soon as I need to use it, the battery's dead. Alright, so instead of using the weed whacker, we're going to try a different tool. I'm going to try this weasel or whatever they call it. I don't remember what they call it, but it was a really popular tool. Everyone was buying it. I actually got it for a really good deal. But these weeds, they are so stubborn. Oh my gosh, it is so bad over here. I'm going to need to just get in here with my hands and pull this stuff out, because this is breaking my back. This ain't gonna work. We're gonna try this tool. This was a handy tool. It actually does a really good job with like chopping things and cutting vines and digging roots. So it's a pretty nifty tool, especially for these like viney things that are over here. So there's like pokeweed over here. There's some other type of bindweed. It's so many vining weeds over here that it just drives me crazy. It took multiple tools to get this job done. I had to use hand tools and snips. I finally got in there and snipped some things, and then eventually I just had to put some gloves on and start pulling those weeds with my hands. You should definitely be wearing eye protection. Don't do as I do. Got ants crawling in me. There's probably a better tool for this, but this is what I'm using because this is what I have. Okay, so I have called the strawberries all the way back there. That's ideally the line where I wanted them to stop. So this area is nice and cleaned. So Zeke's hot. He's whining at me. He wants to go in. So we're going to go in and have some lunch, and then we'll be back. Alright, so I had to make a trip to the Dollar Tree because I needed a tape measure and I also needed a leveler. I'm sure my husband has one, but I didn't feel like asking for it, and I didn't feel like looking for it, so I just figured I'd buy my own. And I decided to look behind the Dollar Tree to see if by chance there was any, you know, useful pallets back there. And there was a few back there, and I was able to get some free wood from the pallets. I like to use the middle, like the brace parts of the pallet. They're thicker, they're stronger, they're basically like 2x4s. So I do like to use that middle part for scrap wood. Now this one is not going to fit in my car, so I'm definitely going to have to cut this one. So that's why I carry the chainsaw with me, just in case I run across any scrap wood that I might like to use or have, and I have to cut it so it fits in my car. Alright, I got what I needed. So I am taking these pallets apart, and to do that I have to reverse hammer out the nails. So I'm hammering them out from the bottom and then plucking them out and making sure that I put them in a jar or a bowl or something that will hold them so that they're not just laying all over, because this is my garage and I don't want a flat tire. So we're just busting up the pallets, pallet busting. So this is all the wood that I've gotten so far. And then I have to get those two off. The ones in the middle I'll probably use somehow or another. But it's really hot and we need to go in and make dinner, so we'll be back. Alright, I've got two different size windows here, so I need to measure them. They're both the same width. Speaking in terms of this is the width, because these are the tops of the windows. So this is top and that's bottom. So this here is the width. So they're all the same width, I know that, but they are not the same height. So these smaller ones are, let's say, 19 3/4. So this one is like 27 3/4. All right, and they are going to be both the same width, which is 34 3/4. $34 3/4. All right, so the windows are measured. You guys, it's early in the morning and I am out here at the sawmill to score some pieces of wood. It smells amazing. I love the smell of fresh wood. So there are lots of some good pieces I can see that I'll be able to use for my project. So I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna get some of this wood, and I'll show you what I got later. All right, here we are. This is the wood I got from the sawmill. This, my friends, is some heavy, solid wood, and it's in different sizes, so I'm sure I'll be able to use it somehow. Free 99. Here's a look at some of the other wood that I scored. It was all free. A neighbor of my sister's was taking their deck down, and some of this stuff is the pallet wood I just set in front of it, but those, those beams there, those were free. These picket fence I had already, but this one and this one was also free. This bucket of hodgepodge pieces, also free. So yeah, we're getting there. All right, so my thought was that I was going to be able to connect these windows and they would connect one on top of the other. However, that's not going to work because the window has to be on top of the other window for that to work. And I'm not trying to deal with making up the difference on that. I want them to sit flush one to another. So I will probably end up taking these ones off, the locking mechanism, only because that one's on the top of the window, whereas the other ones are on the inside of the window, so those aren't going to matter. But these ones that are on top, I'm definitely going to have to take those off. Okay, so I'm using these what are they? The pallet woods for the bottom of the windows. All right, so I got the pallet that's connecting them in the middle. The sides are going to be framed with actual studs that I also got for free. So I got these studs over here. So those will be the sides, the up and down. Those will go in, up and down and connect to the windows. This is at the bottom. It doesn't have to be pretty. It's literally the bottom of the greenhouse. So, but there is a gap right here. So this doesn't sit flush because there's like a lip down here. So I don't want that gap there, but I don't have anything small enough to fill that gap. All right, I got my first window framed. It was a task because I don't have any power tools besides a drill. So this reciprocal saw, no go, because I don't have the right table or grips to hold my wood in place. Otherwise, I probably would be able to use the saw. But the wood is just jumping all over, so I can't even use it. I'm over here using this hand saw. But it's getting the job done, and it is what I use to do the rabbit hutch. So, hey, if it works, it works. So this is it. This is the bottom. And that's the top and the sides. So we're on to the second framing. And good news, this one actually sits flush with the window, so I don't have to do those little extra pieces. So that's awesome. Grabbed some more pallets. They're pretty plentiful around my house. So these are like some landscaping bricks, pavers. I don't even remember what to call them, but I got these free on Marketplace and they're pretty flat. I'm going to use them to level. So I am deciding to go ahead and take this pallet apart because I want these long 2x4 pieces. So yeah, using the reciprocating saw for that. So the back wall is going to be two 48-inch pallets put together, and I got the pavers down below to level. Next step is the plastic. And I'm putting shingles on this back wall. Alright, this is the wall with the shingles on it. I don't have the expertise or the capability to do this top part, because that would require me to have to cut these. And yeah, this is going to be a wall that's going to face this bush, so really nobody's going to see it. I just want to make sure that it's fortified so that I don't have any issues with it later, because I can't get to this wall once I finish my greenhouse. So there it is, the back wall. That's it for today. Alright, I've got another part of the wall up, plastic on the front. I am repurposing some other plastic that I already have. It is hot. It's really early in the morning and it's already hot. Definitely need to stay hydrated in this type of heat. So this was a game changer. I didn't know my husband had it, but it did make things a lot easier, especially when I needed to get a small piece of wood to go in a little gap that I needed to fill, and this was perfect. Alright guys, so it's hot out here, and I just wanted to show you the progress that I've made and let you know that it is definitely a struggle. These pieces are so heavy and it's hot, and I already feel like I don't have as much energy as I should. So it's taken a lot out of me to get this done. Alright, so this is one of the doors that I have in my garage, because I got the doors, patio doors, and the windows together off of Facebook Marketplace maybe 3 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. Anyway, this door is gonna go across the bottom here in the front, so I need to get some studs onto this bottom here. This is going to be the bottom, so I need to get the studs there so that I can it doesn't just, you know, sit on the ground. It's going to sit on those studs. I didn't think about it when I put this short piece here, that these were up 48 inches high, and these were short pallets, and they weren't 48 inches. They were 40 inches wide, but they were not 48 inches tall. So yeah, I'm just gonna make it happen. I'm gonna just deal with it, because I only needed 18 inches there just to make room for this door and the, you know, the pieces that are going to go, you know, on the ends there. So it's going to come out more with everything that, you know, goes on the front. So let's take a look. So here we are. Let me move back some. I didn't do the plastic on these ends because at this point I'm so hot and I'm so like exhausted from this heat that I just want to get this done. So I'm just really just getting the build done, and I'll go back and do the plastics and coverings on the outsides afterwards, because I gotta fix that plastic there too. So yeah, it's just a matter of building up strength. I keep taking breaks. I've got water. I've got now that it's late in the afternoon, I've got shade over here. So I just finished hauling this door over here, so I'm gonna take a quick minute to sit down and have some water and enjoy this breeze for a minute. So I'll be back. All right, guys, it's getting dark. I'm losing daylight, and I'm not finished. But I'm gonna have to go ahead and upload this video anyway because I don't want to miss my deadline for my video. So I'm gonna show you what I have so far and where my failures are at. All right, disclaimer, I'm not a carpenter and this is not a professional job. I am building this out of pallet wood and reclaimed windows and scrap wood, so I'm just doing the best I can with this. All right, so I had to take this pallet out because this door is going to be too long. I had originally decided that I was going to put these walls on the outside of that back pallet, and I didn't. So I lost about between 4 to 6 inches on this front side because of that. So I don't have room for my door right here like I wanted. I mean, I guess I could probably try because, like, I don't know. I still have to frame it, so I don't think that's gonna work. And this, I can't get this out now because the screw is stripped. So I've been struggling trying to get this piece off. Both screws. I got a screw up in here too that's also stripped. So I'm gonna have my husband help me with that. Yeah, so this is an issue. So I took this pallet out. I'm gonna end up having probably put, I mean, it's literally, it's like the same space. So, and in actuality, I'll probably end up doing the door on an angle, because that's looks like it might be the only way that I can fit a door on an angle here, which is fine. I mean, I don't care that the door is on an angle. I just didn't plan for that, you know. So needless to say, I didn't get any of the windows up on the top parts, and I didn't get the roof done. So I plan to put windows on top of this door here, and then windows along this way. But this back and this side here there's not gonna be no windows. At least not in my plan. There's not. That's a north facing wall, and that is an east facing wall. So this right here, this is mainly where the sun comes in, and then it sets over in the west, so minimal sun will come in this way once it's, you know,
4 or 5 o'clock, the sun will start shining this direction. So there will be windows on this side and there'll be windows on this side. But follow along and I will keep you guys updated, and I'll let you guys know when it is completed. Make sure to tune in to the giveaway on July 2nd, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central.